think of practice today?
It was good. It was good. We're a little bit banged up. You know, it's that kind of time of spring, but you know, the good thing is I think we've got enough depth to be able to withstand it and get through it. So I was encouraged by the way we practiced. I thought it was a good physical practice when we went live, and it was good to see the defense make some plays and create some turnovers, and it's good to see the offense execute. And you know, a couple individuals I thought made some big plays and looked good, and so it was a good day overall.
Delano Robinson was helped off the other day. How's he doing?
He's doing fine. Yeah, he's doing fine. I mean, he got a little, got his bell rung a little bit. He'll miss a couple of days. Probably back first part of next week or middle of the week for sure.
Pat Nelson's also been out the last couple of practices.
Yeah, Pat'll be fine. He's just got a little soft tissue injury, and we expect him to probably practice on Monday, I would think.
James also has a wrap on his leg.
Yeah, James had a little bit of a hamstring grab. Wasn't even a pull or anything like that. He just was a little sore, and so he did some stuff today, but it wasn't full speed.
Now that you're a few weeks into spring, when you and your staff talk about getting together in August, what are your biggest question marks about the team coming out of the spring?
Well, you know, I think you know, it always starts with, okay, where do you have a lot of depth? I think we feel really good about our depth at you know, defensive tackle, you know, defensive end as well. I think those are two positions where we feel like we've got a lot of options. Kind of feel the same way at running back, kind of feel the same way at tight end. We're starting to get a little more solidified at wide receiver. You know, I think Myron Galliard's probably had as good a spring as anybody, and I think the fact that he's playing at such a high level has been really good for us, and just kind of giving us another option out there. And Tyler Page continues to do good things as well. So we feel good about our two deep at wide receiver, and you know, feel good about our quarterbacks. The thing that we're working toward is getting, you know, enough healthy bodies on the back end and on the offensive line. You know, that's where we got to continue to build, and so those are going to be question marks. Or how do those pieces all fit together, and where does everybody end up playing? You know, I think we feel good about our first group, certainly on the back end defensively, but we've got to see who's going to be the two and who's going to be the three guys, you know, that come in and you know, and get on the field and help us win over there. And then, you know, shuffling the offensive line around is always a little bit of a challenge, but I'm encouraged by you know, by some things I've seen this spring, but we've got to continue to develop guys and continue to add more linemen to our program.
Last year, obviously, you were installing your systems. How much, now that you got a year with this team under your belt, how much of your spring was dedicated to installing more things as opposed to evaluating players and depth and all that?
Well, I think the thing that we have found, I think it's weird. I think when you get into year two, you don't really add as much as you do subtract. I think you figure out what your strengths are. You know, on defense, you figure out what you can do and what you can do well, and you get good at those things. And then you do the same thing on offense, and you kind of figure out, okay, who are our best, you know, 5 skill guys? How can we get them on the field? What ways can we be creative and getting, you know, creating matchups and doing the things that you want to do to allow you to move the ball? And so, I think in a lot of ways you end up simpler, because I think at first you got to, you know, you're trying to call magic plays and score points on plays and all that, and then as your players start to develop fundamentally, then you know, you rely less on scheme, whether it's a blitz or whether it's you know, some kind of special play, and you rely more on those guys' ability to be in the right place at the right time by knowing what to do, by playing fast, by playing with good fundamentals. So in a lot of ways, I think year two you scale back and you get better at the stuff that you know you're going to do in the fall, and the stuff that you can do successfully.
Kylan Granson's a guy that redshirted last year. What do you expect, like, his role in the offense to be next year?
You know, I think he's got to have a chance to have a big role. I mean, he's really versatile. You know, he's 235 pounds, and he can really run, and he's a good receiver. And I think what makes him unique is his willingness to put his hand on the ground and inline block, and he can also play in the backfield and do a lot of things in the, you know, coming out of the backfield. And so, from that perspective, he's really unique and different. There's just not many guys that can run as fast as he can run, that have the ball skills that he has and the body control, but also have the physical aspect that he brings to the table. So when you have a guy like him, you know, it's fun offensively because you can play him a lot of different places. You know, he can play by himself in a 3-by-1 set, or he can play outside in a 2-by-2 set, or he can play inside, he can play with his hand down, he can play in the backfield, and he can do a lot of different things to allow you to be pretty creative.
Garrett Stotts has been running around out here. Is he pointing toward a career in coaching, maybe?
Yeah, he's looking. I mean, I think he would like to, try his luck and get, make an NFL roster somehow as a snapper, and I know he's, went through pro day and trying to get into camp somewhere, but I think is interested in potentially coaching if it doesn't work out the way he wants it to.
What would you still like to see between now and the spring game in terms of either adding to either your schemes or just specific areas of improvement?
Well, I mean, I think the big thing I want to see is just a good mentality, from our guys, just to come out next week and really compete hard, and just grind, grind through practice and understand how important, these next three practices in the spring game are, because, we can't afford not to come out here and perform at a high level and have great effort and great attention to detail. And so the biggest thing, I just want to see the right mindset, just a consistent effort and a consistent mentality. That's first and foremost. I think the second thing is just, want to have a physical mindset. When guys start to get a little bit banged up, sometimes the physical aspect starts to disappear a little bit, and we got to make sure we stay physical and stay tough and finish and just pay attention to details. Make sure that we're doing a good job of, creating turnovers defensively and taking care of the ball on offense. Just all those little things. And then we'll spend a lot of time next week working on situations. A lot of third down, a lot of red zone, a lot of goal line stuff, and then some 2-minute offense later in the week. And so, that'll be our emphasis next week.